If you're in a relationship with somebody and they say this to you, I can't live without you. Oh no, oh no, oh no. You can't live without me, so I can't go. That sounds like forensic files. Anybody can go to jail on any given day. You know, you one drink, and most people out there are one drink away from ending up in jail. I don't drink dark liquor at all. Don't drink dark liquor. If I'm gonna drink anything, 'cause I don't really drink, but if I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna drink a margarita. That's it, margarita, and I want it frozen. I want a frozen margarita with sugar or salt on the top with all the fruit in the world in it, in 2 straws. And I want to walk through the club just like that. You ain't never seen nobody with a margarita frowning. Margarita's a happy drink. Even if you are frowning, I come put a margarita in your hand, Boy. Nobody goes to jail on margarita. They sell you a pitcher of margarita. Do they sell you a pitcher of Hennessy? Hell no. If you buy a pitcher of Hennessy, you going straight to prison. You gonna skip jail. You just gonna wind up in prison. Like, man, how I get here? You drank a pitcher of Hennessy. Dark liquor and attitude get your ass in trouble. I used to drink Hennessy. Let me tell you, I used to drink Hennessy heavy. Never had a single shot of Hennessy. Not one single shot. Always had doubles. So go to happy hour. I'm in happy hour drinking dark liquor. I'm 10 Hennessy's in. Yeah, 10 of them. Can't make no good decisions now. 10. Hennessy taking over my life. Dude bump into me, normal mind, a normal human being. You in the club is packed. People gonna bump into each other. The man bumped into me, made me spill Hennessy on my shirt. Normal mind, you know, it's nothing. People bumping into people. That Hennessy said, nah. Nah. He being disrespectful. He being disrespectful. And you should tell him. So I went and told dude, I said, say my man, say my man, say my man. You being disrespectful, dog. You being disrespectful. Dude told me to, he said, go on, little dog. Go on, little dog, go on. I would've went on. My normal mind, I'd have just went on. But that Hennessy said, no. You should swing on him. Man, I swung on that man whooped my ass. Cause I was drunk. Let me tell you how I know I got my ass whooped, cause my shoe came off. You know how embarrassing it is to be walking in a club looking for your shoe? You like, shit, I wasn't even over here. This lady came and gave my shoe. He goes, your shoe? I said, give my goddamn shoe. She said, you better go on, little dog. I went on that time. No 2 ass whoopings for me in one night. But see, I got pride. My pride. That man whooped me about 12, 15. So I got time. To go to my truck and sober up. I got time. Because the club don't close at 2:30. I got time. I'm trying to sober myself up. Yeah, get it together. Round 2:30, that man walk out that club. He drunk now. I'm right there. And I knew I was wrong when I walked up. I said, hey, remember me? You whooped my ass around 12, 15. I'm back. Whooped that man ass right there in front of that club. Knocked his ass smooth out. But I'm so petty. His shoes didn't come off. I'm mad because his shoes didn't come off. So I took his shoes off and threw the motherfuckers 2 different directions in the club. So he'll find him when he get up. Fuck him. I like this about old white men, that y'all are not embarrassed to embarrass yourself in front of your children. I like that. I'm black. I don't embarrass myself in front of my kids. I keep it pretty straight-laced. Every white man on my side of the street has fallen off his roof in front of his son. It's so much. I know the sound now. I don't even have to look. I know the sound. I'm in my garden minding my own business, and all of a sudden, see? Ted ass is off the roof again. And I always look over the roof. I'm like, Ted, hey, man, I know you voted for that wall. You might want to ask them Mexicans something before they leave, man. Because they ain't never off the roof, dog. They ain't never off the roof. You got the wrong shoes on, dog. Do you know we have a perfectly functioning wall in Arizona? Perfectly functioning wall in Arizona. 6 months ago in the Wall Street Journal, they busted a ring of people catapulting Mexican people over the wall. Fucking catapulting, some medieval shit. Do you know how bad you want to get somewhere and let somebody throw your ass over a wall? Without nobody on the other side guaranteed to catch you? Ain't nobody doing this shit. Which one I'm supposed to grab? Who I'm supposed to get? They released the footage. You ain't gotta believe me. Look at it. Don't Google it. They released the fucking footage. It has 3 million views. 2 million of the views are mine alone. I watch that shit every day. Fucking hysterical. I watch it every day. They got Mexican people in regular chairs with seatbelts on the chest. Now that's amazing in itself. Fucking seatbelt on a regular chair. They give them helmets and mouthpieces. It's fucking crazy. They put the mouthpiece in, thumbs up, catapult it over the goddamn wall. Every time I see it, I think in my mind, who went first? Because I know they didn't get the shit right the first time. You sitting in the chair. You seatbelted in. You got your helmet, put your mouthpiece in, you go. Halfway in the middle of that, you notice, I don't think I'm up high enough to get over this wall. Boom, right into the goddamn wall. Now you're not gonna stop because you done paid your money. You gotta keep Tell you people, I live in a gated community. Black people don't judge me because they trick me. They trick me. White people trick me. Because on the brochure, it was real multicultural on the brochure. It had everybody on that brochure smiling like they lived over there. And it's just all white people and me. That's it. It's just white people and I need a sitcom. I need something. It's just us, me, and these white folks. Let me tell you something. White people will change you. You be thinking that you live around them and you're not gonna be pleasant. Shit. White people don't play that. You live in their neighborhood and then they wanna meet you. That's crazy, boy. That's how I found out it was all white people in my neighborhood, because they wanna meet you. See, I'm not accustomed to that. Let me tell you something, people. I'm from the projects. And in the projects, let me tell you what never happens in the projects. When you move into the projects, don't nobody come and greet you. Don't nobody say, hey, welcome to the projects, welcome to hell. Why do that? But when you in a gated community, oh, these white people want to meet you. I'm sitting in my house minding my own business. Doorbell rang. I opened the door. 400 white people outside my door. I ain't gonna lie, I panicked. I slammed the door and called the police. They protesting. Who's protesting? All of them. And I'm so terrified when the police get there, I still got the chain on the door. I open the door, I say, what they say? They say they are not protesting, they're coming to greet you. I looked out there, white folks had baked goods and little baskets and shit. I'm like, oh, they want to meet a brother, all right. And white people are very pleasant. They want you to be pleasant. And what they do every morning, they get up and they walk around the community real fast. And I said, you know something? I'm gonna get up in the morning and I'm gonna speak to them white folks. So I get right, I'm ready. I'm gonna get right there to the curve. I'm like, yeah, they gonna come around here in a minute real fast. 6:45, here they come. And I yelled out, hey, good morning, white people. Dude came right back, morning to you. I said, good, all right. He said, what you doing today? I said, shit, this was it. I'm just gonna get up and speak to y'all and go back to sleep. That's what I'm 6:45 in the morning. Hell is wrong with you? He said, well, when you get up, you should go to the park. I said, what's happening at the park? He said, the dandelions are in bloom. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. So I ran in the house and Googled what a dandelion was, because my flower game is real weak. I'm real weak on my flower game. And some of this stuff you don't even know how to spell. You know the dandelion. You don't even know how to spell it. You did put dandelion in there, a lion come up that's in a zoo. No, that's dandelion. I need dandelion. So I done got the dandelion in, so I end up in the park. I had never been in this park in the daytime before. I had only been in this park hustling. I had never been in this park. I had never seen the whole park. I was like, this is my little hustling spot. But so I'm in the park, minding my business, sitting down, looking at the dandelions. White man named Tim came and sat down next to me. He said, hey, how you doing? I said, I'm doing good. He said, you here for the dandelions? I said, I am here for the dandelions. He said, it's something very special about these dandelions. I say, what's that? He said, we sit here long enough, some red-chested robins come play in the dandelions. I said, you don't say. He said, I just said. So I'm sitting there, sun beating down on me. I'm looking at the dandelions. He asked me, he say, you hungry? I say, I could eat. He say, you want some trail mix? I say, I would love some trail mix. So, sitting there, eating trail mix. He had a tuna fish sandwich too. He said, you want half my tuna fish? I say, I would love half of your tuna fish. So we sitting there, so I know, eating the sandwich, eating tuna fish, and eating trail mix, and the sun beating down on me, and looking at the dandelions. And I knew it was working, this pleasantry was working on me, because I said, Tim, look, red-chested robins. And that's it. That's the end of the story. I just told y'all because I can't tell my friends.